Good evening. We present the news summary. Seychelles will go to the polls in the presidential and National Assembly elections from October 22nd to the 24th. The Electoral Commission has confirmed the dates along with the combined elections 15 million rupee budget. It also announced changes to voting procedures because of the COVID-19 and measures to combat possible vote rigging.
The election countdown begins officially. This morning, the Electoral Commission confirmed that Seychelles will choose its president and MNAs over 3 days, beginning on Thursday, October the 22nd. Voters will be streamed to speed up polling in school classrooms to maintain social distancing. And the Commission revealed measures to help eliminate fears of possible election fraud, such as vote buying or ballot tampering.
We are asking the police force to take concrete actions against any persons identified as being involved with corrupt practices, bribery, and any matters which would constitute an offence under the Elections Act.
Perseverance will now form the 26th voting district, and to avoid any repetition of a power failure that took place during a crucial vote count at Alsopin during the last presidential election, technical solutions are being sourced.
We will probably have independent generators at most, if not all, of these electoral stations. Okay, we will also probably have a generator for the Electoral Commission headquarters.
Confirming the budget for the 2 ballots in one at 15 million rupees, Mr. Likar said the Commission could apply to the Finance Ministry for more if necessary. Voter registrations now closed. All eyes are on the nominations to determine which names will appear on the ballot papers.
Currently, Seychelles has 2 positive cases of COVID-19. The Public Health Commissioner, Dr. Jude Gedeon, confirmed the second case in an update of the COVID-19 situation during a press conference this afternoon.
We have one new person who was tested positive yesterday. He's a foreigner who had come here on a UN mission. He's a UN volunteer who was going to work with the UN office here. And he was in quarantine and he's been tested positive yesterday. He came on Friday by Ethiopian Airlines, and contact tracing is being done, especially for travelers who have traveled with him. And so far he is asymptomatic, he's in isolation.
People with psychological and social problems during the COVID pandemic will be able to seek help from a committee the government will set up as of next month. The committee will direct the clients to the proper channels where they can get assistance. This morning, stakeholders related to psychosocial services and support, as well as ministers and principal secretaries, met with President Ford to discuss how to structure the committee and establish a mechanism to monitor the impact of COVID-19. The stakeholders are from the Departments of Family Affairs, Community Development, Health and NGOs. The Secretary of State for Health, Marie-Pierre Lloyd, is the chairperson of the committee.
The support, we say psychosocial because some people needed social, financial and whatever, maybe a place to stay, and others needed more the psychological in terms of, and as we've seen over the months, there's been more uncertainty about the jobs, uncertainty about, we open the airport, what if, there's a lot of fear, and all this will impact on your mental health. So that's why we call it psychosocial support and services. Our terms of reference is not necessarily to assess the need, because all the participants or the members on this group, through their own organization, will be helping people with their needs. Okay, so this group is going to be the mechanism that will nationally be looking at that impact, so that we can inform policy and services maybe need to be improved, etc.
The plaintiff in the case between the SPDF and TRUC has complied with Judge Dudin's ruling to change the name from SPDF to the Attorney General. It was on July the 31st that Judge Dudin asked the SPDF to make the change following the objection of TRNUC's lawyer that the SPDF falls under the supervision of the government and cannot take the case to court in its own name, but rather through the Attorney General. Today, Judge Dudin confirmed the change in name of the plaintiff, and on the 1st of October, he will hear the defense argument before setting a date to give his ruling. To note, the SPDF took TRNUC to court to prevent the latter from investigating the case of two soldiers who disappeared on Assumption Island almost 2 years ago. PUC says they are one phase away from removing the old asbestos cement pipes from the Lignol Reservoir to the residents of Maubuxton. The pipes will be replaced by metal ones, which PUC says can withstand much more pressure. Residents of Maubuxton have been complaining that the pipes fracture often, leaving them without water, sometimes for several hours. It's mainly people who live on higher ground that are mostly affected.
We need to lay the pipe across private properties. Some of the people are currently not residing in Seychelles, so we are putting our efforts into contacting the proxy here locally so that we may reach them and get their permission to finally lay the pipe across that 25% of the remaining project so that we can complete the second phase of the project and we can start using the new pipe, at which point the public will not encounter so much problems with burst pipes.
President Faure has sent a message of solidarity to the government and people of Mauritius following the oil spill that is affecting the marine environment of the island and the livelihoods of many Mauritians. In his message to Prime Minister Pravin Jugnauth, President Faure said it was a shock to have learned of the spill, causing widespread damage to the coastal ecosystem, home to thousands of rare and endemic species. President Faure added that the tragedy comes at a time of great challenges to the region that is still coming to terms with the new normal due to the COVID-19 pandemic. During these trying times, President Faure said, "Our thoughts and prayers are with our brothers and sisters in Mauritius, in particular the authorities and emergency personnel assisting in the containment of the oil spill." This was a news summary. Thank you for your attention.